Welcome to Vital 100, the podcast designed to take your health to the next level.
Hello again, this is Dr. Bob Johnson of Vital 100. When you have valuable belongings, you like to keep them safe. You lock your doors, you keep your money in a bank, and you have insurance for your assets. Your immune system is the security system for your most valuable possession, your health. Today, we'll be talking about your immune system. The immune system is what guards your body from things like infection, the prevention of diseases, the toxicity is part of the immune system, and your immune system is kind of the memory in your body that remembers these things and builds the defenses to prevent, again, disease, infections, toxicities. How does the immune system do this? There are different components to the immune system. One is in a gland called the thymus, which makes certain cells that give us immunity. The bone marrow also gives us other cells that take care of another part of the immunity. And what's important is the majority of the immune system is around the gut. So much of what comes in from the outer environment comes in through the mouth and gets into the stomach and the intestines, where the immune system has to take care of it so that you don't have infections and toxins and things that are going to jeopardize your health getting into the body. So as we work with people, we tell them that you've got to have a good gut system, good functioning gastrointestinal system to be able to make sure the health and your immune system is not compromised. Because 75% of the immune system is around the gut. And the gut includes everything from the esophagus down to the stomach, to the small and large intestines, and then from there we eliminate toxins and all kinds of microbes. So how does one improve the immune system and make it stronger? First of all, it's important to realize that as infants, we are developing our immune system. We're going to talk a little bit about vaccines and developing immunity, but most of the immunity comes from our mother coming through the birth canal and also during nursing, when we acquire so much of our immune capabilities. So to deprive a baby of that through a cesarean section and or lack of nursing is really starting a compromised immune system. As we get older, it's important to realize how important the gut is, the microbiome, and the immune functions around the whole GI system. One part of that is something called the GALT. GALT is short for gut-associated lymphatic tissue, and it's in the walls of the gastrointestinal system. So having good digestion, good absorption, and what's important here is to have a good microbiome, the probiotics in our gut, because they influence our immune system very, very profoundly. And when you take things like antibiotics, when you take things like gluten and other foods that you may be allergic to, you are compromising the ability of the microbiome and the gut lining to be able to provide good immunity for us. So keeping intact the gut lining with digestive enzymes for adults, with good healthy foods, with probiotics to enhance the immune system and the microbiome are all critical to a good, healthy immune system. Now, let's talk a little bit about vaccinations, which are intended to enhance the immune system. And some of them do. You certainly wouldn't want to go to a country where there is smallpox or diseases that you definitely don't want to get. But there's a very big controversy now in taking vaccines for everything when simply acquiring a non-dangerous illness is going to give you much longer immunity. Things like measles and chickenpox, if you acquire those non-dangerous disease or illnesses, they give you lifelong immunity. Unfortunately, many vaccines are having to be given time and time again, and they don't give us an immunity for a disease or illness that is not very dangerous. So the immune system, it doesn't, in many situations, need to be enhanced with vaccinations. At some time we'll go over flu vaccinations, but it's important to understand here the function and the enhancement of our immune system. When the immune system does not function correctly, we are becoming more and more aware of autoimmunity. Autoimmunity is when a strong immune system starts going after important tissues and organs that the immune system begins to damage these glands, tissues, and organs. Our own system is fighting against itself. We see this in diseases like diabetes type 1 that damages the pancreas. And so we don't produce enough insulin, we get diabetes type 1. It's in colitis, where the immune system is damaging much of our gastrointestinal system. It's in multiple sclerosis, where the immune system is damaging the coating of our nerves, called the myelin sheath. Autoimmunity is involved in lupus, which many tissues of the body are damaged. Rheumatoid arthritis, which damages the joints, is very common in people who are aging. And psoriasis, which is a skin problem, is when certain layers of the skin are being damaged by our immune system. Other immune diseases are things like Addison's, where the adrenal glands, which control our ability to handle stress, are being damaged. Graves' disease, which really damages our thyroid, which is important in our metabolism and so many other disease preventions. In fact, the thyroid has a lot to do with our immune system as well. And a lot of gastrointestinal problems like Crohn's or celiac disease, in which we develop an immunity or immune reaction to various important parts of the gastrointestinal system. And the one that's very common is Hashimoto's, which is our immune system damaging our thyroid. So how do we prevent the immune system from attacking our bodies and our different organs, and so we don't acquire these autoimmune diseases? And that is to help us detoxify, removing the toxins from the body, eating healthy, a healthy lifestyle. Many people think that autoimmune disease is a genetic component, meaning if one member of the family gets it, you're more likely to have other members get it. Well, most autoimmune diseases are not genetically predisposed, and it has a lot to do with our bodies retaining toxicity and not having a healthy lifestyle, which will induce many of the autoimmune diseases. And in fact, how to treat autoimmune diseases is to help detoxify, help somebody acquire a very, very healthy lifestyle, and provide what the body is needing and is destroying because of autoimmune disease. There are various tests that the traditional healthcare system does to detect this, and those are important to know what is being attacked. Some of those tests include the autonuclear antibody test, also known as the ANA test. The red blood cell sedimentation rate is also important in helping to detect autoimmune disease. The RBC, or red blood cell sedimentation rate, is a simple value in a normal blood test that anybody can get and most doctors order. And when there's a lot of inflammation in the body, as detected by the C-reactive protein test, is also important. But treating it does not have to necessarily require suppressing the immune system, because we need the immune system to be able to fight off diseases and infections and other assaults to our body. But it's getting the immune system to be able to balance itself, not to attack it, and to be strong enough to fight off these diseases and illnesses and infections. So it's important to understand how we keep our immune system strong and yet not so strong that it's hurting us. Thank you again for listening, and remember to enjoy the journey.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Vital 100. Please check out our website, vital100wellness.com, for other ways to listen to our podcast, as well as additional health resources. If you have questions for Dr. Bob, or if you have feedback or recommendations for the podcast, please send an email to info@vital100wellness.com.